हरे कृष्णा माता जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम। हरे कृष्णा माता जी, आर यू हियर?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
धन्यवाद, प्रणाम माता जी। माता जी, would you like to chant the Mangala Charanam prayers?
ओके प्रभु जी, 1 minute प्रभु जी। That's from Ajnana Timirandasya. Okay,
Yes,
Prabhu.
yes.
Yes.
You can chant the whole thing.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
In single time. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साधयित्वं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त सरस्वती इति नामिने वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदनाय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरातिहे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपास्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mata ji. Hare Krishna. Mata ji, you should also recite the parampara prayer starting from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. There are 4 slokas, right? Bhakti
Okay.
Siddhanta Saraswati, there are 4 Pranati Stotras. Then you have Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, then
Yes, yes.
our, who is that? Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. So all these things you should chant. They
Okay,
are very, very powerful prayers. The prayers to the parampara is extremely powerful. And they are the ones who are like boat, they are carrying us across this world. You know how miserable this material world is.
Yes,
In
yes.
all senses of the term, this is an extremely miserable place. And people are thinking I am somehow comfortable. Prabhupada will explain. Anyway, we'll talk in some other class. Maybe in the class, you can ask me this. Prabhupada explains what Shaktis of external energy makes us think that this world is a happy place. So otherwise, everybody will try to leave. No, so Mayadevi has some plans. So maybe in another class, we will discuss it. So today we will start our session with this. I welcome all the devotees. Thank you very much for your association. This gives us one more chance to glorify Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, and to talk about the amazing things that he performed purely by his surrender to his Guru Maharaj and his complete faith in the scriptures and in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So amazing things he's performing. And we are quickly going to cover some of these aspects. After he returned to India the second time, and how Prabhupada was visiting various places. He came from Japan, so he first touched Calcutta. From Calcutta, he has now come to Bombay. From Bombay, he's visiting places like Amritsar, Indore, like that. Then he will go to Surat, then Gorakhpur, and so many other places. This is a whirlwind tour of Prabhupada within India. Then again, Prabhupada will take off on a pan-globe parikrama. He will do 12 times. He will go around the world, at least 12 times within the remaining time. So amazing pastimes are unfolding now. How Krishna does both. In the early days, Krishna put so many obstacles on the path of Srila Prabhupada only to glorify him, to show that a pure devotee never gives up. Pure devotee never becomes upset with the Lord for not supporting him sufficiently. A pure devotee knows that the Lord has a plan always. Just like Jesus Christ said, I don't want to be put on the cross. It will be extremely painful. But dear Father, I know that you know better. If that is what you want for me, I am not going to object. I know that if I pray to you, then you will immediately send me an army of angels and you will save me from this suffering which is awaiting me. But I will not ask. Father, let thy will be done. So that is the kind of surrender that the Lord is showing that Srila Prabhupada is having. Right from the time he wrote on Jaladutta, I am a puppet in your hands, Krishna, make me dance the way you want. You have brought me to America, Prabhupada says. You brought me to America. I don't know why you have brought me here, but there must be a purpose, definitely. Prabhupada is writing like that. And then he says, I am simply a puppet. I have no bhakti, I have no Veda, I have no knowledge also. But if you want to prove this name, then you can make it happen. So he puts everything in the hands of Krishna. So now we will see how Krishna is showing the other side. Prabhupada's father would tell him, Prabhupada's father, Gaur Mohan De, would tell Prabhupada, when Krishna wants to take away from you with his 1,000 hands, how you can protect with your 2 hands? Not possible. Krishna has 1,000 hands and your 2 hands, how you can protect? So when Krishna wants to take away, you can do nothing. But when Krishna wants to give with his 1,000 hands, how you can receive it? So much he is going to give. And that is exactly happening in Prabhupada's lifetime. Both the events are happening. Up to the age of 65, 66, Krishna was taking away everything. And now he's giving everything. Of course, Prabhupada never wanted anything for himself. Prabhupada only wants to serve Krishna. Prabhupada wants to only please Krishna by bringing more and more souls to his lotus feet. Prabhupada's plan is always that I want to serve Krishna. Krishna is so unhappy because so many of his children have fallen away. They have lost the way and they are trapped in this material energy. They are suffering. And Krishna is suffering to see the suffering of his children. So I want to help Krishna to become happy by taking more and more souls back to him. So Prabhupada was always engaged in Krishna's service. But Krishna is orchestrating in such a way that the whole world will see the glories of his devotee and the power of his devotee. Both. The glory of his devotee is in his surrender. Nothing affects him. He's always happy, whatever happens. But at the same time, Krishna reveals his power, that his mental acuity, his spiritual power, his undefatigable energy, unlimited energy is having. That is displaying. 24 hours is working for Krishna. So all these glories of Prabhupada, Krishna is revealing. All these are actually glories of Krishna, which are manifesting through the pure via media of the Guru, of the devotee. So Krishna is manifesting through Prabhupada his various amazing qualities, and we are relishing it now. So, yeah, even though we would like to go very slowly to relish everything, taste everything, but because then it may take a long, long time. So some of these things I'll go faster. So Prabhupada's preaching work in Bombay, we have already seen how he preached in Marine Drive, how people were so impressed by seeing his devotees, how pure they were. Even unsentimental reporters were greatly taken in by the amazing qualities of his disciples. They said, now the answer has come for all the Christian missionaries who have been sent to us from Western countries. Now this Hare Krishna movement will compensate for all the harm that they have done to us. And there were press conferences where people saw US millionaire's son, Giriraj Swami. US millionaire's son, he was a Supreme Court judge, his father. Amazing stories. Maybe we'll narrate it later on. So the press reporters interviewed him and he said, I am son of a multimillionaire. So why you are like this, wearing dull saffron cotton clothes? You are simply wearing a sheet, whereas you would have been very comfortably living there in mansions. He said, I am happy here. I came for happiness, I came for peace, and I am getting in Krishna consciousness. So they wrote about it in the newspapers. US millionaire's son is seeking solace in Krishna society. There were negative coverages also, but the disciples answered nicely. So Prabhupada said, even those who are giving negative coverage are serving. Everybody is talking about Hare Krishna. Kamsa, Shishupal, they are also talking about Hare Krishna. And Yudhishthira Maharaj, Pandavas, they are also talking about Krishna. Everyone, every time you say the holy name of Krishna, it purifies the atmosphere. Whether you do Anukulya or Pratikulya, either case, it is service to Krishna because the holy name is all powerful. So Prabhupada is speaking in Saksaria house with straw in his teeth. He is saying, I beg you, please chant. And the disciples are playing recordings to show how amazingly the movement is spreading in the West. And Prabhupada is waiting for the books to come from Dai Nippon. The books eventually arrive and they are stored nicely in Scindia House in Calcutta. So Prabhupada is happy, but because of the continuing strike, the books are not coming out of Calcutta. And Prabhupada has gone to Amritsar from Bombay. And now he's taking so many Western disciples, including men and women and children, along with him. And the amazing preaching happens in Amritsar. We have discussed all these things. Life members are being made. Many people are joining as life members. The moment Prabhupada says life member, everybody is writing checks. 1,111 rupees they are writing. So Prabhupada's movement is taking root, but Prabhupada is not relaxing. Prabhupada is not resting on his laurels. Prabhupada's following the same exhausting schedule what he was following in the West, sleeping for 2 hours a day, rest of the time preaching or doing some translation work, whatever. That Prabhupada is continuing here. On the way, they went to Kurukshetra also. And while coming from Amritsar, about Amritsar, I think I have already spoken. So Prabhupada visited the Golden Temple also. He signed as Krishnayite. Instead of Hindu, Krishnayite. Krishnayite is Hindu only, but specifically devotee of Krishna, a surrendered devotee of Krishna. So all the devotees, they could not match the pace and enthusiasm. Prabhupada is getting the power from beyond the 3 modes. Within the 3 modes, you do get tired after some time. But when you are acting with the energy supplied from beyond, from transcendental sources, then you never get tired. Prabhupada is displaying that. And Prabhupada is telling everyone, waking up, Brahma Muhurta is very, very important for your spiritual growth. Prabhupada is never slowing down. Devotees are saying, we are unable to cope up, Prabhupada. We are getting tired, but Prabhupada is continuing the same pace. 8 engagements in a day, imagine. 8 houses. Each house they are offering big, big feast, eating that, satisfying them, giving classes, then moving on. Devotees are exhausted, eager to go to bed, but then they see Prabhupada's room light is on. And then they see Prabhupada is listening to a tape recording of his talk on the previous day. So none of the devotees, could match his pace, and his energy was never waning. It was waxing. It was constantly only increasing. So like that it is going on. And there was a Sammelan, and in the Sammelan, most of the people were Mayavadis. But Prabhupada's Kirtan impressed all the audience. They all became very, very happy. And they were returning from Amritsar by train. Have I narrated this story, devotees? Because I sometimes get confused between Tamil and English presentations. Yamuna Mataji's pastime, have I already discussed?
No, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. No, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay.
No, Prabhuji.
I will dwell a little on this. Yamuna Mataji, you already know. She was the sister of Janaki. Her original name was Joan. And she came for the marriage of Janaki with Mukunda. Janaki and Mukunda were the first devotees of Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada initiated both of them and he got them married. And Prabhupada at that time said, the relatives of the bride should actually come. So Janaki Mataji asked her sister who was far away, and she came for the marriage. She was the only representative. So Prabhupada engaged her in cooking the marriage feast, and then eventually she became a devotee, a staunch devotee. Yamuna Mataji's life story is available. Maybe after Prabhupada Leelamrita, we'll try to dwell in that. Amazing. This Govindam Adipurusham, we hear in the temple morning, 7 o'clock, Shringar Darshan, that song was sung by her. That prominent voice you hear, the female voice, that is actually from Yamuna Mataji. Then she also wrote a book on cookery, Krishna conscious vegetarian cooking. That book became a bestseller, became award winner book, #1 prize. It won in the Paris competition, very, very prestigious competition. So this Yamuna Mataji is recollecting on her return journey to Bombay from Amritsar. She was in the 3rd class. Prabhupada was sitting in the 1st class along with her husband. His name is Guru Das. So Yamuna Mataji, in one of the stations, the train stopped, and Yamuna Mataji came to Prabhupada to see, is he comfortable? Is there anything I can do for you, Guru Maharaj? Everybody knows they are on a train. There is not much you can do. But Yamuna Mataji is asking Guru Maharaj, is there anything I can do to serve you? Prabhupada is smiling and says, I want a plate of hot rice with ghee. Can you get me that? With his wide open eyes, Prabhupada is telling. Yamuna Mataji immediately says, yes, Guru Maharaj. And then she leaves and goes to the pantry car. You know, she can speak only English. She is somehow trying to communicate with the pantry people that I want to cook. They are saying, no, you are not allowed to cook. The railway rules are railway rules. We only cook and you only eat. You cannot cook here. But Mataji is having a long argument. Then she says, I want to meet your superior if you will not permit me. They take her to the superior officer. And he also says the same thing. Madam, we cannot allow you to cook here. Then she says, oh, if that is the case, then why should I keep my life? Because she has already told them, my spiritual master, who is my life and soul, he is asking for this. So you must permit me. But they refuse. So Mataji says, then why should I keep my life? She runs to the door and she wants to jump. Immediately the officer ran behind her, caught her hand and said, no. Do whatever you do. And he instructed his subordinate, allow her to do whatever she wants in the kitchen. So she enters the kitchen and she finds huge vessels, right? Huge, maybe aluminum, I don't know, in those days, 1970, whether it was brass or whatever, huge vessels. And she saw at the bottom, they're all jet black from decades of not proper cleaning. She picked up one of those vessels and she scratched and scratched and scratched to the best of her ability, tried to clean that vessel. And then she took rice, she washed it, cleaned it, she put it on the vessel, and she put it for cooking on the stove, and she cooked nice hot rice. And then she found a big plate, and in the plate she put all the hot rice, and she poured hot ghee on that. It was melting. The golden liquid was flowing all over the rice, the mountain of rice and ghee flowing on that. And she took this plate to Srila Prabhupada in the 1st class compartment. Prabhupada, here is your prasadam. Prabhupada's eye became very wide and he said, oh, you have brought it. And very happily, Prabhupada ate that rice. Prabhupada ate quite a lot. That's what Yamuna Mataji says. And then he distributed the prasadam to everyone. So this is a pure devotee. Prabhupada is a pure surrendered devotee of his Guru Maharaj. So his devotees are getting that same benefit by surrendering to Srila Prabhupada. They become empowered. I will repeat what I have already told you in some other class. When a guru gives you an instruction, When a guru gives you an instruction, empowerment goes with it if you take it seriously. Like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati wanted his disciples to go abroad, but they thought, no, how it will work, how Westerners will take up Krishna consciousness. With all those doubts, they went and they did not succeed. But Prabhupada knew Guru's instruction is life and soul. Vyavasayatmika buddhi yekeha kurunandana. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes there in Bhagavad Gita. The meaning is one should take Guru Maharaj instructions as life and soul. Then he is assured of all success. So just as Prabhupada took the instructions of his Guru so seriously, here we see his disciples, Yamuna Mataji. She did not say, oh, Prabhupada, once we reach Bombay, then I will make nice rice for you. I will make so many nice items. But right now, Prabhupada, please be patient. She didn't say. She knew that her Guru Maharaj is saying it with a purpose. Not that Prabhupada is eager for some rice. But Prabhupada is trying to bring out that surrender in Yamuna Mataji. And that she displayed for everyone to see. So then Krishna arranges everything. So like that. Then next episode, this involves Yamuna Mataji's husband, who was sitting with Srila Prabhupada on the train, nicely sharing his prasadam, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and having katha, discussions with Srila Prabhupada. He's enjoying for 12 hours. I am sitting with Prabhupada, and this is actually heaven for me. Sitting with Prabhupada, watching him, listening to him, serving him, and hearing from him, oh, this is heaven. Like that, Gurudas is thinking. And at that time, one man boards the train. The train is halting in New Delhi station. One man called D.D. Gupta, he boards the train. He's unknown, not a very famous person, but he's a devotee. And he says, I am trying to preach here in Delhi. Srila Prabhupada, please help me. Please send me some help. Immediately, Prabhupada looks at Gurudas. He's a Westerner, American, high flyer until he came to Prabhupada. Very, very philosophically oriented. He can defeat anybody in debates. Very powerful person, very charming, very charismatic. Many, many friends he has. Very popular person. Prabhupada looks at Gurudas and then says, this man is inviting us. Get down and see what you can do. This is night. They are returning from Amritsar in the train. And train is there in Delhi in the night. Maybe 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock, I don't know. And Prabhupada is instructing Gurudas, a Westerner, an American boy, get down here and see what he can do. Prabhupada is not getting down. Prabhupada is going to Bombay. And he's telling, get down and see what he can do. And Gurudas is not asking, Prabhupada, this is middle of the night, and what I will do? How can I do anything? No, Gurudas is not objecting. He is only saying, Prabhupada, if I have some assistance, that will be nice. And Prabhupada identifies some more devotees. Who are they? Yamuna Mataji, his wife. Giriraj, the multimillionaire's son. Bruce, who is our very dear Bhanuswami Maharaj. And Gopala, who is Gopal Krishna Maharaj. These are the people who are getting down. All amazing pillars of ISKCON movement. They are getting down there. And so look at the surrender of the devotees. These people, many of them, Yamuna Mataji and Gurudas, they are the people who went to London also. When Prabhupada first sent them to London, they went without any questions like that. So this is the amazing pastime that happened in Amritsar time. Is there a lesson for us, devotees? Would you like to speak something? Spellbound?
Yes, Prabhuji, very
So
much,
whatever
very much.
instructions gives, we have to take it to our heart
Follow
and
the
try to
instruction,
implement.
yeah. Follow the instructions of our Guru Maharaj.
We have a long way to go to serve him,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Long way to serve him. I don't know what we can give to him in return for what all he has done. He should only empower us. Who else can do? We can only pray to him.
I told you, no? When you accept Guru's instructions in heart, empowerment is there with it. It's not separate. When you take the instruction seriously, empowerment is there. It will happen. It will work. That is a message that Acharyas give. Guru doesn't give an instruction casually. It empowers a devotee who takes it seriously to make it work. So, Guru means heavy. Guru means heavy. So, you see how heavy it is. Actually, Satsvarup Maharaj has not spoken many things about how heavy Prabhupada was on the devotees. Only here and there is some hint about Prabhupada's anger, Prabhupada's transcendental anger on his devotees. They cherished it because Prabhupada would be angry one moment, next moment he will forget the great offense done by the devotee and will be as loving as ever. Devotees knew whether Prabhupada is angry with us or he is chastising us, he loves us. That is non-negotiable. Guru loves us. We should have that faith. When Guru gives us a very difficult task, we should not think, oh, why he chose me to give this task. He could have also given to somebody. I like that project. I would like to do that, but my Guru is not giving it to me. No, we should have that implicit love on our Guru Maharaj. He knows exactly where we need strengthening. You know, supposing there is a sculptor, he takes a piece of rock and he starts sculpting. What does he do? All the unwanted parts he removes. You know, one sculptor who was very famous for making beautiful statues, somebody went and asked him, how do you take a rough hewn rock and make such beautiful deities out of it? He says, I don't make the deities. The deity is already there in the rock. Have you heard this? Anyone?
Yes,
No,
Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The deity is already there in the rock. I am only chipping away the unwanted parts. I'm just revealing the statue is there. The deity is already there. The beautiful Vigraha is there in the rock. And what I am doing? Chipping away the unwanted parts. And then in all its glory, the sculpture emerges from the rock. And we are all like that. We are all pure spirit souls. We have our transcendental Siddha Deha, but it is buried, covered. And depending on our desires, material energy has built us bodies. Material energy has given us these bodies. So these bodies are there for us to enjoy, but spiritual master chips away all our material desires gradually. Then when the material desires are gone, the material body falls away, no more material bodies. And then the spiritual body emerges, and then we are back home, back to Godhead, to serve Krishna eternally in prema forever. So that is what Prabhupada is doing with all his devotees. So Prabhupada is back in Bombay. He's staying in a Ramasharanam house. Manohar Lal Agarwal is a proprietor. He's surrendering to Prabhupada. He says, you take the house. I am living in a one room with my family. The whole house is yours. You do what you want. Like that. Amazing surrender. We see these big business people. They don't care for the business. They want to only serve Prabhupada. And Prabhupada is writing to devotees in America. At the moment, I am the most prominent among all Swamis here. People are appreciating. And these Swamis, who are they? They cannot even go outside. Like that. Sumati Morarji very much appreciates the achievement of Prabhupada. She is so happy to see Prabhupada. She's inviting him to Scindia House, and there he speaks. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj gives a very beautiful introduction. Then they meet Vaijayanti Mala, the famous actress from Tamil Nadu who migrated to the Bollywood, and she made big there also. So Vaijayanti Mala and Dr. Bali, Prabhupada meets. Immediately they became life members, and they are greatly appreciative of the amazing services of Srila Prabhupada. And then all over Bombay, there are invitations for Prabhupada to come, and Prabhupada visits many of these places. And there are already so many Swamis in Bombay, but Prabhupada, they see him as very special because he has successfully preached in the West, and he's brought 20-30 devotees from the Western world who are all wearing dhotis and saris and kattimalas and tilaks and shikas, and waking up early in the morning, taking 3 baths in a day, constantly chanting Hare Krishna, quoting profusely from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. They have so much spiritual knowledge. They are able to answer all questions, and they have such deep faith in Krishna and the Guru Maharaj. So they are impressed by all these things. And Srila Prabhupada would, in all his preaching, he would say, please return to your spiritual culture, which you have all forgotten. Return to your spiritual culture. You are speaking to all big people in Bombay, big business people who are famous, influential people. Prabhupada is telling, please return. Our culture is Krishna consciousness, but we have forgotten and we are getting materially absorbed. Then he quotes from Rishabdev. Anyone knows what Rishabdev's famous quote? Those who are doing Bhakti Vaibhav, you may not have come to Rishabdev. But anyone knows about Rishabdev?
Prabhuji, what I know is it is same as Prabhupada's teachings. No, Prabhuji, what a devotional service, what we are following. It's the same thing what Rishabdev has taught.
Yeah, Prabhupada very profusely quotes from Rishabdev. Rishabdev was a great king. saintly king. He was a Shakti Avesh avatar of the Supreme Lord. He had 100 sons. His first son was Bharat, who later on became Bharat Maharaj, and the famous Jada Bharat. He became a deer, and it took 3 lifetimes for him to go back to Krishna. Even though he was in the Bhava stage, that Bharat is actually Rishabdev's son. And all Rishabdev's 100 sons were very glorious. So Rishabdev is preaching to his children, all princes. Rishabdev is an emperor and the children. And he is telling, don't think this material life is meant for enjoyment. Who he is telling? To princes who have got everything in their life. Whatever they want, they have. And he is telling them, this is not for enjoyment. And in this material world, the enjoyment is available to everyone. And he quotes specifically even to a pig. Even to a pig, the same enjoyment, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithunam. These pleasures are available even to animals, but human birth is not meant to be wasted like that, like dogs and cats. So what is the purpose of human life? Tapodivyam putrakayena sattvam. So he says, this is meant for tapasya. See, 84 lakh species. All of them are meant for enjoyment. But human form, not for enjoyment. Tapasya. What is the meaning of tapasya? Anyone?
Meditation. Meditation, Prabhuji.
No.
Austerity,
Sacrifice,
Prabhuji.
sacrifice for the Lord.
No.
Devotional service.
Austerity, Prabhuji.
Austerity is the exact translation of tapa. Tapa means actually in Hindi, what you know? Burning. It's called tapa. Fire. Tapa is the nature of fire. So tapa means austerity. So he says, my dear sons, who are the sons of a king, I am telling you, this life is not for enjoyment. See, we are so much against monarchy. We have destroyed monarchy and we have now got a wonderful democracy. How wonderful it is. You can only answer how amazing our present democracy is. And we so much criticize monarchy. We have finished the rule by kings and we are now become, all of us are kings. Like that. But the king is telling his sons, hey children, this is a place for doing your duty. Tapasya. What is a tapasya? For obtaining the highest place, which is spiritual world. You have to achieve the spiritual world. For that purpose, you have to do tapasya. That is the purpose of human form. Whether you are a king or a beggar, purpose is one only. You should not think, as a king, I have a different purpose. As a beggar, I have a different purpose. Educated man, one purpose. Uneducated, illiterate, some other purpose. Nothing like that. For everyone, purpose is same. What is that? Observe austerity and go back home, back to God. For a life of eternal happiness. So human form is a rare opportunity for attaining eternal happiness. So Rishabdev is saying, that's a Prabhupada is quoting Rishabdev, because these are all wealthy business people. And Prabhupada is telling, Arey, you think you are rich? What about the king's son? Emperor's son. But the emperor is telling his sons, Tapodivyam putrakayena sattvam. This place is not for enjoyment. If you think it is for enjoyment, it is available even to dogs and hogs. But for a human, this is not the place for enjoyment. This is the place for tapasya. And the same thing Jesus Christ told his disciples. What did he tell them? He said, this world is a bridge. This world is a bridge. Cross it. Don't build your house on it. Don't build your house on it. Will any fool build a house on a bridge? But we are doing that. We are so eager to build our own house on this bridge. This material world is a bridge. For who? For the soul. For the soul which has obtained a human form of life. This is the bridge. We can cross over to the eternal life. If you don't cross, then you will be caught in the repeated cycle of birth and death. So whether it is Bible or Bhagavatam, message is the same. We should realize that. We should not say Bible is saying something, Bhagavatam is saying something. How can we reconcile? There are so many contradictory things. We are fools. We don't go for the essence. We are caught on the peripherals and we say, oh, this is like this, this is opposite, this is contradicting. This is foolishness. We should go for the essence. Like the honeybee. The honeybee sees a huge mound of garbage, but on that there is one single plant. And on the single plant, there is one single flower. And on the one single flower, there is a little honey. And the honeybee is going right there and landing on them. If you ask the honeybee, did you see the garbage heap? It will say, no, I only saw the flower and the honey on it, and I went there. We should develop a habit like that. We should see the good. We should see the good. We should develop that capacity. So Prabhupada is telling them, stay where you are and execute Krishna conscious like Arjuna. I am not asking you to leave everything and go, right? I am begging you, please help me with this movement. Like that Prabhupada is making a very impatient appeal. Impatient, not impatient. Impatient, impatient with a lot of feeling. That's called impatient. With a lot of feeling, Prabhupada is appealing to all of them. So the host, Mr. Agarwal, he's asking a lot of questions to Prabhupada. How did you transform these people? Meat eaters, Christians, and people from other religions. Was there anybody to help you? How did you change their, what did you dress with? In America, the cold weather is there. What was your approach? All these questions he is asking. Prabhupada is explaining nicely. Ultimately, Agarwal is asking a doubt. Prabhupada, you are here, and because of you, all these people are following you. But once you are gone, will they remain devotees? Or they will become, I think they will all go back to the old ways. When Prabhupada is talking about the power of the Mahamantra. And he says, these people are now chanting. They are chanting purely. And I can guarantee this mission will go on. Even if I go, this mission will go on. And as long as my disciples are reading my books and chanting. So Prabhupada is telling clearly, see, Prabhupada is a very practical person also simultaneously. So Prabhupada is telling the mission will go on by the power of the Mahamantra. Then Prabhupada doesn't leave it there. Prabhupada says, as long as they continue to read my books and chant. So we should not think, no, oh, I can hold on to the dhoti of Prabhupada and I will go back home. Now I have come to ISKCON, so I have Prabhupada's dhoti and I will go back. We should not think like that. We should be very practical. We should take the instructions of Srila Prabhupada as his dhoti. How to hold on to the dhoti of Prabhupada? Hold on to his instructions. Hold on to his books. Keep on listening to his lectures and take notes, the important preachings of Srila Prabhupada, and follow that. That is the way to go back home in this lifetime. Definitely we can go back in this lifetime, but we should take it seriously. So next they are going to Indore. So they are going to Indore. They are seeing miles and miles of irrigated land, green pastures, flowers are blooming everywhere, small villages, the houses are made with mud, and here and there is a stone temple. Houses are mud, temples are stone. They are seeing tall temples and streams are flowing, cows are grazing, lot of cows are, people are, cow herds are taking them around, and bulls are plowing the land, and cow dung patties, they are drying them in the sun to be used as fuel and in yagyas and all. And smoke is rising from coal-fired stoves where people are cooking. And there is the smell of the warm earth everywhere. Everything peaceful, simple life, and the devotees are appreciating. This is what Prabhupada is telling. We should lead a simple life. And on the train to Indore, they are seeing it. And they have gone to Indore to participate in a Gita Jayanti Mahotsava. There is a Gita Bhavan which is organizing this function. And so to participate in that function, they have all gone. So Prabhupada has been asked to speak there also. Along with so many other speakers, you can guess all the other speakers are Mayavadis. Even though this is Gita Jayanti Mahotsava, organized by Gita Bhavan, but all the visitors, the speakers, special guests, they are all Mayavadis. Prabhupada is the only amazing, pure devotee. There are other people who are also appearing like devotee, wearing tilak, kantimala and all, but you scratch them a little deeply, what you will find? Mayavadi inside, impersonalist inside, who believes, I am God, you are God, everyone God. And this Vaishnava philosophy is only an instrument to make you realize that you are God. There are people like that. You should not think anyone wears a tilak is all Vaishnava. Many Mayavadis wear these tilakas. Externally, they will do all kinds of worship like the Vaishnavas, but internally, that's why we are all safe, because we are holding on the dhoti of Srila Prabhupada. That is protecting all of us. So Prabhupada goes there, there's a huge pandal, devotees are going around, it's all hodgepodge diorama. They are having on display Krishna, Buddha, Jesus Christ, Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, Sharada Ma, and demigods, figures and various animal figures. Very hodgepodge kind of an exhibition they have arranged. And Prabhupada is daily the last speaker. And before that, so many speakers are coming, speaking for hours together in Hindi. Only Prabhupada is understanding. All his disciples know only English. They are all getting bored. And in any case, they are all speaking Mayavad only. Prabhupada is sitting patiently with his hand in the bead bag, constantly chanting. His disciples are observing. Prabhupada is simply chanting all the time, nothing else. And all these people are misinterpreting Gita. Prabhupada is getting more and more upset. And finally, they are telling Prabhupada to come. And Prabhupada does Kirtan. Very short lecture, and Prabhupada does Kirtan. And Prabhupada is dancing on the stage. Immediately, the entire audience jumping up. They are also dancing. And some of the devotees from the stage, they jumped down. Hamsaduta, he jumped down. Hamsaduta was doing preaching in Germany, very powerful preacher. And he jumps down, and he with Mridanga in hand, and the whole audience goes mad. And there is Hare Krishna everywhere. So Satsrup Maharaj writes, this was real Gita Jayanti Mahotsav. The whole day Mayavad was being presented in the name of Bhagavad Gita, all misrepresentation, all non-devotees. But now the whole town is waking up to devotion, and all the people are jumping up and dancing to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So such an amazing success there. And the organizers are very happy, because when the audience enjoys, organizer is happy. Tomorrow I will get more and more crowds. I will get more and more donations like that. But Prabhupada calls these organizers home, and he says, I am not happy. You are saying you are Gita Bhavan and you are organizing Gita Jayanti Mahotsav. But what these people are all talking? They are all talking Mayavad. Nobody is talking about Krishna. Krishna is Supreme Lord. To worship him is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Why you are not talking about it? All the speakers are misinterpreting Bhagavad Gita, and they are misleading the public. Why you are not correcting them? Prabhupada is chastising them. But they are saying, Prabhupada, we invite everybody. There are some Mayavadis come, the followers of Shankara come, followers from various Sampradayas will come. We are giving an open door, and even we don't believe that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. We believe that there is a power behind Krishna, which is making everything happen. Krishna is the supreme, not Supreme Lord. Then Prabhupada, like a lion, pounces on them. And then why do you read Bhagavad Gita? A person who does not accept Krishna has no business to take the words of Krishna and misinterpret and mislead people. You are simply cheating people in the name of religion. This is cheating. You are not teaching people Bhagavad Gita as it is. And you are screwing different meanings out of that wonderful, amazing scripture given by God. And you are misrepresenting religion. They all patiently heard. They greatly respected Prabhupada, but they did not change their mind. They went back. So next day, same thing happened. Prabhupada was the last speaker. Prabhupada was very unhappy. Next day, Prabhupada said, I should speak first, otherwise I will not stay. Third day, Prabhupada is sitting, and again Prabhupada thinks he will be called, but some other speaker is called. Immediately Prabhupada gets up. And before that, another event happened. That is the second day of the Pandal. The previous day, the Kirtan was a great success. That is, devotees jumped off the stage and they mixed with the audience, and everybody was very happy. So the organizers want devotees today also to do the same. But devotees said, look, if something happened spontaneously, you cannot ask us to repeat. It's not a show. It happened then, but we can't say that we will do it. But they are very, insistent. No. And one of the organizers is coming to the stage, pulling them. And he's pulling one Mataji sari also. Come down. Because they have no respect. And Prabhupada, like a lion, he threw his kartal on this person. Get away from here. And then he became a little afraid. He moved away. So devotees saw what a lion Srila Prabhupada is. So on the third day, Prabhupada said, I am not coming. My devotees only will come. So Prabhupada did not stay. And the devotees went and they did Kirtan. But in the meantime, Prabhupada is doing his other work, meeting people in the place and preaching to them. This Gita festival is only one of the events. Prabhupada is busy all day. So Hamsaduta, Prabhupada sent out to make life members. Twice, Prabhupada sent him 2 days consecutively, but he was afraid. No, who will pay like that 1,100 rupees? He did not ask anyone. Prabhupada would ask him every day, did you do it today? Did you do it today? Third day also Prabhupada repeated. Then Hamsadutta thought, I better do something. So he took somebody with him. He went to one of the cloth merchants and he spoke in English, and the person who went with him spoke in Hindi and translated. So many preaching words he spoke, and everything was promptly translated. Finally, Hamsadutta said, ask this man to become a life member and to give a check for 1,111. This translator promptly translated that. Immediately that merchant took out his checkbook, wrote 1,111 and gave. Hamsadutta was in ecstasy. Hey, Prabhupada said it's true. People are becoming life members. Then they went to the next shop, then they went to the next shop, then they went to the next shop. Same thing happened. Wherever he asked, they were writing checks for life member. When he came back and told Prabhupada, he was very happy. But ultimately, they met the king of Indore, but he refused to become a member. So they went back and told Prabhupada, Prabhupada, maybe I did not present our books properly. Then Prabhupada is telling, it doesn't matter how you present my books. My books are like gold. If anyone knows the value, they will purchase it. It is not a question of how it is presented, right? The one who knows the value will purchase it. So we should remember, we have got gold with us. Are we really appreciating that? Are we really taking advantage of this gold that is already with us? And Prabhupada talked to them about how to, I think I have already covered this in an earlier session. They are asking us about Ramakrishna, Vivekananda and all. How should we reply to them? And they are asking about so many other Mayavadi preachers like Chinmaya, Shivananda, so many names they are quoting. What should we tell them? Prabhupada said simply, if they are Mayavadis, then you simply tell Swami who, as though you don't know him. You are all Western people, so they will not mind if you say Swami who, even if they say Swami Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda. You can coolly say Swami who. Then you ask them, what is his philosophy? Then you ask the philosophy. Then they will tell the philosophy, which will be Mayavadi philosophy. Then you can attack the philosophy. Don't attack the person. Don't attack the person, because people are very strongly attached to these people, these personalities. But ask them for the philosophy. Then you tell them how the philosophy is wrong. Right? Yatamat tatapat. You attack the philosophy. This is completely wrong. This is not what Gita says. This is not what Bhagavad Gita or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Like that you can tell them. So this strategy is there. Now for all of you also, this is a strategy. Of course, you cannot say Swami Vivekananda means Swami who. You and I cannot say that. But we should keep this message. You don't attack persons. Right? But we are free to attack philosophies if they are wrong. That is a way to preach, right? Jesus Christ says in Bible, what does he say? Hate the sin. Do not hate the sinner, right? Hate the sin, not the sinner. This must be our philosophy. We should hate sin and attack sin wherever we see it. But we never attack the sinner, because every sinner has a future and every saint has a past, right? We know this. So Srila Prabhupada is telling there are so many Mayavadi gurus and they keep on traveling to all these conventions. They only want chapatis. That is their main interest. Because they are Mayavadis, they have no interest in anything. But their main interest is chapati. And for each chapati, there is competition. There are many Mayavadis. So one chapati, many Mayavadis are competing. So there is competition among these Mayavadis. Then Prabhupada speaks about Srimati Radharani, how she is pleasing Krishna in so many ways, by singing, by dancing, etc. But her greatest service is by cooking. And Yashoda Ma always calls Radharani to come to Nanda Bhavan and cook for Krishna and his cowherd friends. And then they sit in rows and prasadam is served to all of them, cooked by Srimati Radharani. There is a song written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Eyewitness. Do you remember this song? Anyone has heard this song? Radharani is cooking and everybody is served. Krishna, Balram, they are all sitting and eating. Have you heard this song?
Yes, Prabhuji, the varieties of
Prabhuji,
dishes.
yes,
everything
dishes,
mentioned.
yes. We have heard.
What is that song?
Don't remember exactly.
You
Prabhuji.
should memorize
We have
this.
I
sung-
don't know
we
about
have
the
sung-
song. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I don't know about the song.
Yeah.
But I know that Radharani was Radharani used to cook 1,000 dishes a day and for Krishna, and she will not repeat the same dishes again in her life for Krishna. And
true.
that
See, but this,
boon
Mataji,
was given.
this song that I am talking about, it is an eyewitness account of Krishna taking lunch. Eyewitness account by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our Paramparacharya. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He has written this song. And every day when we offer Bhoga to Krishna, we sing this song. So all of you are devotees, all of you are offering Bhoga to Krishna. And when you offer, this is the song that you should sing. Bhaja Bhakata Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari. Shri Gaura Hari Sohi Goshta Vihari Nanda Yashomadi Chitta Hari. Like that, the song goes. And he describes beautifully. Nanda Maharaj is inviting Krishna Balaram to sit by his side. They are sitting, and all the gopas are sitting in rows, and prasadam is brought and served, and the list of prasadam is given in the same song. And then everybody is eating. Krishna is looking through the corner of his eyes to Radharani, and Radharani is standing in a corner and watching whether Krishna is enjoying her cooking or not. And Madhumangal is eating laddus. Madhumangal is very famous for his attachment to laddus. And he's eating laddus, and then he's singing Hari Bol, like that. And then Krishna takes all the prasadam, and then they go for washing with very flavored water. They wash their mouth, and then Krishna goes into the bedroom in a very beautiful, soft, white bed. He climbs on that and he lies down to sleep. And the devotees are fanning him, and then he's taking a pan, very fragrant pan, he's chewing, and then Krishna goes to sleep. And then the prasadam is there. That prasadam, on the instructions of Yashoda Mai, Dhanishta Gopi, one of the gopis is Dhanishta Gopi. You can see her if you go to Calcutta. There is a place where we have Panihati festival. There this Raghav Pandit and his sister Damayanti. That Damayanti is the incarnation of this Dhanishta Gopi. That Damayanti is famous again for cooking lots of wonderful dishes. She would take the mud, the clay from Ganga river, and with that she would make very nice sweets. Son Papdi, she would make with that. Very, very empowered people. So this Dhanishta Gopi brings the remnants of Krishna and then gives to Radharani. And Radharani eats it, and that remnants is distributed to all the gopis, and everybody is enjoying eating the remnants, and they are all chanting the glories of Radha and Krishna. This is a beautiful song which must be sung every day when you offer Bhoga to Krishna.
This song will be in which book, Prabhuji? Where
all Vaishnava song books. It is there in all Vaishnava song books. Invariably, you will find it. In any Vaishnava song book you take, it will be there.
Any name given for this for this song?
It is written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and its first line, you search with the first line. Bhaja Bhakta Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari.
Ajay Bhakta Vatsala.
Bhaja Bhakta Vatsala
Bhaja Bhakta Vatsala Sri Gaura Hari.
Sri Gaura Hari. Gauranga.
Gaura Hari. Okay.
That you type in Google also, you will get that song. Please memorize the song, and you can learn the tune through YouTube. You can learn that. So he's glorifying Srimati Radharani. Then Srila Prabhupada's sometimes Prabhupada is without tilak also. So the devotees, they love him. So the devotees ask, Prabhupada, can we publish your photo without tilak also? Prabhupada says, yes, you can do that. Actually, you have seen a picture of my Guru Maharaj also without tilak. Then the devotee say, yes, we have seen him. He is bending in front of a book. He is writing something and he's looking up. I don't know whether some of you have also seen this photograph of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur sitting at a desk with pen in hand and he's looking up. So Prabhupada saying,
Prabhuji, yes.
It is there in the Back to Godhead magazine. I don't know whether today's Back to Godhead magazine carries that picture, but earlier it used to be. So Prabhupada says he can do that. But then one devotee says, I have also seen a picture of you, Prabhupada, in the same pose. Then Prabhupada said very humbly, don't think all that glitters is gold. My Guru is gold and I am. Very humbly he says. Then another day, an astrologer visits in Indore and he wants to see Prabhupada's hands. Prabhupada says, I am finished with all these things. See the hands of my devotees. So he sees the devotees' hands and gives some predictions and then he goes away. And then the devotees are asking Prabhupada, should we believe all these things? Then Prabhupada said, look, when you have become a devotee and you are clapping your hands and singing in front of the deities, all the bad lines in your hands are changed. No more inauspiciousness for you. all the bad lines go away. When you shout Hare Krishna or Jaya Gaura Hari, then what happens? Like a lion's roar, then the little birds will fly away like that. All the karma sitting on you, it will all fly away. So that's what Prabhupada said. Then Prabhupada talks about a Bengali widow. When Prabhupada was in Radha Damodar temple, one Bengali widow would daily bring one pot of water from Yamuna river. Whether it is cold or very cold or bitingly cold or foggy, no, you cannot even see, in Vrindavan, in foggy weather, you cannot see even one step ahead of you. But this lady, throughout the year, she would bring water from Yamuna to Radha Damodar temple. She would wake up the pujari, and with this water, Abhishek would be done daily. She never failed. So Prabhupada said, for this one service, she will go back home back to God. This is the word of Srila Prabhupada. This one service which she did invariably without tiring, she will go back to God. So all of us know how it is easy to go back to God. It is not difficult. We have to become steadfast. We should wake up at Mangalarati time, Brahma Muhurta time. We should chant our rounds. It's not difficult. Something which is very difficult for jnanis and karmis and ashtanga yogis. It is so easy for a bhakta who is in the parampara, who is getting attached to the guru and following the instructions. It is not at all difficult to go back home. Don't think. Prabhupada has not spoken lightly. It is possible to go back home, back to God. And you can take this example of this one simple Bengali widow, illiterate, coolly, happily, she goes back home, back to God. Okay. So they left Indore, and one Baba Balmukund commented that I have seen in this platform, in the Gita Mahotsav platform, so many people, so many sadhus, so many saints come, but Prabhupada is different. He is empowered, he is powerful, he is completely pure. He has transformed the lives of Westerners who are given to all kinds of vices. He has made them pure devotees and he has brought them here. I have not seen such pure devotees anywhere. How did Prabhupada accomplish it? He is a pure devotee like that Baba Valmukund, greatly glorified Srila Prabhupada. So from Indore, next they are going to Surat. By the way, I should give you a small introduction about these places. Indore is on the Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat border.
Surat.
Very quickly you can enter Gujarat, and Gujarat is the place of Dwarka. The whole state of Gujarat, Saurashtra, it's all devotees, Yadavas, all pure devotees, all vegetarians, all pure lovers of Krishna. So Prabhupada is visiting these places where devotees are there. So Indore, very close to Indore, you have Ujjain, and in Ujjain you have not only Mahakaleshwar, who is one of the Jyotirlingas, but you also have Sandipani Ashram, where Lord Krishna studied. From Dwarka, Krishna went to Sandipani Ashram in Ujjain, where he studied along with Balram 64 days. All 64 arts he learned in 64 days. Then he gave Guru Dakshina. What Guru Dakshina? Guru said, my son is dead and gone. Please bring him back. So Lord Krishna went and brought his son back. So all these amazing pastimes happened in this area. So please remember, just as Vrindavan is very special for Madhurya mood, Dwarka, Gujarat is famous for Aishwarya mood. They all have that great pure love for Krishna. So now the devotees are going to Surat. And about Surat, I don't think I will have time to cover today. It's an amazing, amazing pastime. With the few little minutes available, I will speak something, but we will speak in greater detail in the next class. Surat is a pure devotee city. Pure devotee city. And Prabhupada, for the first time, Prabhupada's disciples are seeing what a great movement is this. How great is Krishna and how great is the Krishna Bhakta. And for a pure devotee, how much respect and honor is available where people have some knowledge of Krishna, have some spiritual knowledge. So as the devotees came into Surat with their kirtan, they saw both sides of the road. Citizens are waiting for them. Thousands and thousands are standing, miles-long queues in the roads of Surat, and the devotees are passing through these lines of devotees of the city and playing their karatals and mridanga. No big speakers, no big flags, nothing. Simply the American devotees are chanting kirtan and they are going. And the spectators are everywhere. There is no space. They are above and around. More and more people are constantly joining. Traffic has been stopped by the police at intersections. Today, we have so much difficulty to conduct a Rath Yatra. There is so much pressure from policemen. But here in Surat, The police were most cooperative. They are stopping the traffic. Only the Kirtan party is going. And on the rooftops, people are watching, citizens, on the windows, at the doorways, on the roads, and they are also joining the Kirtan parties. And they are dropping flowers from the rooftops. They are washing the roads, mud roads, with nice water, flavored water, and they are putting rice flour column, rangoli, on the streets, like that. Amazing welcome, amazing welcome. Banana trees are tied to the pillars on both sides of the roads. Great canopies are there overhead. Flowers are being sprayed everywhere. And as the devotees are passing front of every house, big, big houses, so devotees pass in front of every house, they are stopped. And the family members come out, they wash their feet, they garland. Each of the family members garlanding all the devotees. The garlands are going right up to the head, the face is covered. Then the devotees remove the garlands and give it away. Then again, more garlands are coming, like that. The American devotees have never seen such a reception anywhere. They have been to Hamburg, Chicago, London, and so many other cities. What they have encountered? Insult, threats with arrest, heckled, assaulted, ignored, but never honored. Sometimes appreciated, but never honored like this. So now they see the amazing respect and potency of the Vaishnavas. So daily there is Kirtan in different parts of Surat, and the mayor of the city has advertised it widely, and not the mayor, Jariwala, the host of Srila Prabhupada, has done a lot of advertisement. He has already made the mapping. Today this road, next day that road, like that. So throughout Surat, there is Nagar Kirtan daily. And Prabhupada said, this is a city of devotees, and they are like dry grass, so they catch fire very easily. There was no big pandal program or nothing. Simply the whole city, Krishna Bhaktas. So like that. So at that time, one photographer, American photographer, comes and joins Srila Prabhupada. His name is John Greiser. He's not a devotee. He's a professional. He has been given an assignment by a press, a newspaper. For that, he has come to take photographs. And he's going to go with the devotees. How the devotees are being received in India. There is one Asia magazine. They have sent this John Greiser. But within a few days, John Greiser becomes a devotee. Till date, he is a devotee. His name is Jadubar Prabhu. I don't know how many of you heard this Jadubar Prabhu. He is still the photographer of ISKCON. There was a movie of Srila Prabhupada called Hare Krishna, the movie. That movie was made by him. From his collections of so many videos, he made that movie. And with great pains, he has screened it in all major cities of the world. In your city also, it must have come. It came in Chennai. I also watched it in the theater. I don't know how many of you have watched this movie.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I watched. I told you, no, Prabhuji, last class. Then only you mentioned about this. Yes, Prabhuji, it's amazing. We could see all Prabhupada live in front of you. Like we don't, each and everything will come to our mind, Prabhuji. To see Prabhupada in live, talking to his disciples, associating with them, it is really great. So amazing, Prabhuji.
So this is John Greiser. He became Jadubar Prabhu. It didn't take many days. Prabhupada one day called him and said, it looks like Krishna has caught you. And John Greiser said, yes, it's a fact. And then he became a devotee. So many days of Kirtan happened like that. The mayor of the city's name, you know what is the name? Vaikunta Shastri. See, I wish our country was like that today. And he, one day what he did, he closed all schools. He declared a holiday for the whole city. And he said, now everybody can join. Whole day he can be with Prabhupada, he can participate in the Kirtans, he can hear the lectures, whatever you want. Holiday for all of you. What an amazing mayor. Huh? So everybody danced and saw Prabhupada, heard his lectures and all that. There were signboards all over the city. Welcome to the American and European devotees of Krishna. Welcome to members of Hare Krishna movement, like that. Devotees were tired every day going out on Nagar Sankirtan. They were getting sore throat. They were becoming very tired, but blissful at the end of the day. Prabhupada was not going with them every day. Only the first 2 days Prabhupada. And after that, Prabhupada will stand on the second floor and wave to them when they go out. And when they come back, he'll be standing at the ground floor to welcome all the devotees with a blissful smile on his face. Devotees, all the tiredness disappeared when they saw that. When they saw their Guru Maharaj appreciating their services and becoming happy. This reminds me of Bhishmadev's prayers, you know. Bhishmadev's prayers in Chennai ISKCON temple, now this discussion is going on. In one of the slokas, it is said, Bhishmadev is pierced by arrows all over his body. Not even one finger he can put on his body, completely covered with arrows. And he's lying on those arrows. The arrows are pushing deeper and deeper into his body, above and below. And he's lying there. Naturally, it is very painful, but he's waiting for Krishna. And then the Krishna stands in front of him. And when he takes Krishna's darshan, all the pain in his body, so no more pain. All the pain was gone. He was in bliss, seeing the darshan of Krishna. Same thing the devotees are experiencing by seeing the smiling face of Srila Prabhupada. And this Jariwala, the host they are having, he had actually come to San Francisco. He had seen the temple. He gave a silver deity for the temple also. So he was very much impressed by Srila Prabhupada. So that's why he has invited Prabhupada to Surat and hosting him. Again, he removed himself to a corner of the house and he allowed the devotees use the entire house. Every day he would serve prasadam to Prabhupada and his disciples and also guests. And who are the guests? Some of the guests were Chief Minister of the state, Education Minister of the state, Mayor of the city, like the big shots. They all came. Look at this. How wonderful it will be if India became like that. I really wish my city, Chennai, would become like that. May the Lord bless us. In our lifetime, if we can see it, that will be real success for all of us. So thousands of devotees, when the yatra, when the Nagar Sankirtan party has come back, they will be waiting. Thousands of people will be waiting to get into the Jariwala's house and to hear Srila Prabhupada. So they'll be always pushing. Prabhupada would sometimes come out and wave the hands and everybody will shout, Hare Krishna, like that. Prabhupada will again go, again the crowd will become restless. Like that, everybody knew the value of Srila Prabhupada, the value of a pure devotee, value of Krishna and the parampara. So this was something absolutely amazing. A daily morning program was there. Prabhupada was giving the Ajamila class. This is only to his devotees and to the family of Jariwala. I will maybe speak about a little in the next class, this Ajamila story as Prabhupada presented it. Then one day what they did, the city, the main intersection of the city, they blocked it. All the traffic was diverted and they made a stage for Srila Prabhupada. Loudspeakers and all. And Prabhupada gave a class. So this was something very amazing. No? The city doing all the arrangements. The city has done all the arrangements. ISKCON is not spending any money. And so much publicity is happening. Huge crowds attend. And so all the devotees were extremely happy. The elders, the intellectuals, the youth, the children, everyone was happy. One day Prabhupada made ladies only because so much crowd was coming. Ladies are complaining, we are not getting a chance to come close to you. One day he made it only for ladies. But that day also the crowd was incredible. Only ladies. But there was so much crowd. So this war on Maya was making Srila Prabhupada stronger and more energetic. This was a war. And Prabhupada was trying to give Krishna to these people. Even though Gujarat is all devotees, but Mayavada has made an impact everywhere. But now Prabhupada is speaking to them about the glories of Krishna, the holy name of Krishna, the concept of the supreme absolute truth being a person. Prabhupada is sharing this knowledge with all of them. And Prabhupada not only preached in Surat, he went to surrounding villages along with Jariwala personally, and they would do a lot of preaching. And one Mr. N.D. Patel recollects, even Christians and Parsis and even Mohammedans started believing Krishna as the universal Godhead. That is the power of Prabhupada's preaching. They saw such a pure devotee who has transformed the lives of Westerners. So they started believing. And everybody started chanting Hare Krishna in that village, even after Prabhupada had left. So Prabhupada also goes to meet devotees at their homes. He met a member of parliament and he tells, the Westerners think India is a land of beggars only because your ambassadors, they are all going to America, England and all, and they are begging, please, my country is poor, send us some money, send us some rice, send us some help like that. But Prabhupada said, I have not gone as a beggar. I have gone with the greatest spiritual wealth of our country and I have distributed it freely to everyone. Look at this. Our ambassadors are going as beggars to Western country, but Prabhupada is going like an emperor with a priceless wealth and distributing it freely to all those people. So Yamuna Mataji is giving her observation that Prabhupada is constantly chanting. His hand is always in the bead bag. He may be meeting people, talking everything, but hand is always moving inside the bead bag. Chanting is going on. Such a pure Vaishnava. And he had an inconceivable beauty that struck everyone who saw him. This inconceivable beauty is the transcendental beauty of a pure devotee. and Prabhupada, then he spoke, there are 2 Ram Mandirs in your Surat city, but in both the temples I don't see Ram deity. What is this nonsense? In the name of religion, cheating is going on. In the name of dharma, adharma is going on. Like that Prabhupada criticized the city leaders. And Prabhupada is telling, lusty people don't care for society. You can read this. Elderly persons. Lusty people don't have care for society or for elderly persons. What they do, lusty people, they do it on roads, hugging, kissing and all this. Like in Ajamla story. Right in the roads and streets, in the sea beaches, anywhere, in the cinema. And they're also advertising to pull crowds. They're introducing all this nonsense nowadays to attract the people. To become lusty means going to hell, very clearly. If we give way to lust in our heart, the door to hell is open. But when we take the association of devotees, look at this next paragraph. I have put it in bold letters. This is actually Bhagavatam Shloka translation. If you want to open the door to your liberation, then you should engage yourself in serving the Mahat, pure devotees. So if you want to open the door to hell, welcome lust into your heart. But if you want to open the door to liberation, then engage yourself in serving the Mahat, pure devotees. Mixing too much with men who are attracted to women opens the door to hell. Even if you don't directly associate with the opposite sex, but if you associate with people who are interested in the opposite sex, then also the hell door will open. So association is very, very important. Prabhupada also spoke about illicit sex and slaughterhouses. Like Ajamil, today the whole world is becoming Ajamil. How you will protect your young children? They are untrained. Who will defend them? How they will defend themselves? So these are questions we should ask ourselves. There is a wholesale attack of Maya on our younger generation. True or not? So we have to protect them. How will we protect them? So Prabhupada had accomplished in Surat what he intended. He had given the holy name and they had embraced the holy name. So Surat visit was a success. And as far as devotees are concerned, the Surat visit had given them a glimpse of what the world would look like if everyone was a devotee. Yeah, Surat is an example of what the world can be if everyone became a devotee. And what an amazing experience it was. So somehow today I have run over time, but I have completed this Surat story also. Tomorrow, next week, we'll continue visits to other cities like Gorakhpur, Allahabad, Kumbh Mela, etc. Thank you very much for your patience. Hare Krishna, we have come to the end of our session. If there are any questions, I can take them. Otherwise,
This Surat is in which place, Prabhuji? Is it in Gujarat?
it is in Gujarat. Gujarat.
And Sandipini Muni's ashram is also in Gujarat?
That is in Madhya Pradesh, but bordering on Gujarat. Indore.
Ishwarapur is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Guru. Ishwarapur is ashram is in which place, Prabhuji?
That is in Kumarahatta. That is in West Bengal. That is his birthplace.
West Bengal.
There was no ashram. See, Ishwarapuri was not sitting in an ashram and teaching. Our gurus are all Parivrajakacharyas. They keep on moving. They don't stay in one place. They see, supposing you are in a desert and there is a banyan tree, you will run towards the banyan tree to take the shade, correct?
Yes.
But our acharyas are not like that. They don't remain rooted in one place and you have to go to them. But these are banyan trees, they run everywhere to give shade to people. People are stuck in the desert in different places. They are burning, their head and feet are burning. These banyan trees go there and try to give shade to them. These are mobile banyan trees. They don't have any ashrams. Narada Muni doesn't stay in one place for more than 3 days. Sukadeva Maharaj Goswami doesn't stay in one place more than the time it takes to milk the cow. That's all. No place he will stay more than the time it takes to milk the cow. This is the quality of these Parivrajakacharyas. They keep moving to give mercy. They don't go for begging. Some people think they go for begging, but actually they go to give their mercy and preaching to the people, to the fallen souls. So thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai Gurudev ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Dandavat pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranams.